Today I'll show you where I started and how I used to sculpt cars as a child. Few photos remain, but some still exist. So, the first photo that survived is a model of a Moskvich 407 from the magazine Auto Legends of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. I used to collect them, or my parents made me happy with them. Based on this model, I decided to make a copy. Here we have the underside of that very Moskvich. Yeah, everything looks so terrible here, doesn't it? I created this at age 12, but even then I aimed to showcase the suspension components, leaf springs, all-wheel drive, driveshaft and other specifics. Back then, I didn't have any tools, and all I used were my own fingers and a toothpick. Those are the types of models I used to create previously. The next photo is a green and blue Moskvich. As you can see, it's all dented because it's made of clay, and on the right is the unique original. Of course, back then there was no talk of detailing, but all this was done at the age of 12 without tools, without smoothing the clay, and without blueprints like I use now. Everything was done by eye. Back then, I made the engine, and the hood could open, but unfortunately, I didn't take any pictures of it. The next photo is from the 8th or 9th generation, I don't remember exactly. So here's the open trunk. I installed all sorts of nitrous, some multimedia stuff, and of course speakers. I made that myself. There was this kind of tuning in the trunk, all that stuff. I cut speakers from an Auto Center magazine and attached them using modeling clay. That was my system setup back then, seen from the front. Man, it was so terrible back then. I made a black carbon hood, wheels, and even highlighted them. The bumper is just wow, with donuts under the headlights, actual elements of that bumper. Exactly. I even made the radiator grille. You can see these white stripes under the hood. The car is worth $2,000, it's over 11 years old, only tank photos remain online. You likely know of or have played this game before. I used to play it frequently and built the Thunder 3 Dictator. I won't go into details here, you can see everything for yourself. Next are 3 tanks, Dictator, Thunder and Freeze. Also, besides these tanks, I sculpted others. Klimov Voroshilov. One I sculpted Klimov Voroshilov, 2 I remember, but I don't have any photos left. The next photos are from as far back as 2013, that's when I was 14. Here I sculpted a 2000 Skyline Gran Turismo racer. The photos of course are worse, there's no focus at all, but here the detailing is better and everything looks more even. Here I highlighted the underbody better, started making thin elements, and made the exhaust system stand out with white clay. You're probably wondering why not a single car has been preserved. That's because I used to make clay cars in stage crashes. I enjoyed how they crumpled when crashing into a corner. It was really cool, of course, speeding it up with my hands. There were no spinning wheels back then. Well, now you know where my urge for destruction comes from, right? The last surviving photos are of the Beta 2 light tanks. The shape is similar, but not exactly the same. I even highlighted the star on the turret, not bad, and then my YouTube activity began. What you see now is how much I've learned to sculpt since then. Just as an example, here's the Moskvich I sculpted when I was 12, and the Moskvich I sculpted when I was 12, and the Nissan Skyline I made when I was 19. 7 years of progress, which I made when I was 19, 7 years of progress. Well, now you know how I got started. I hope you liked this video. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Also join my VKontakte group and Instagram. You can find all the links in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye everyone. Subtitles created by